from you.
Don't touch it.
All right, how y'all doing today? Welcome to Grit Grown here.
Yes.
And where character matters.
That's right. And today we're too short, and the too short is our production team. Yay!
All right.
And because our production team is missing, we're a little slow here,
Yeah.
and we're working through it. With God's help, we'll get there.
Absolutely.
So we
You
want to
got
thank
this,
you for
team.
being here, and we hope you've enjoyed the last few weeks as we've been speaking of the words that destroy. Really, we were calling it death, but they're the words that destroy as you very unintentionally will let them slip out of your mouth, and when you're talking to your little ones, or when you're talking to your friend or your boss.
Yeah.
And the impact of those words are what we're calling death, because slowly but surely, by 1,000
Don't mean it.
cuts,
Yeah.
we all die.
Absolutely.
So we have Jim and Joanne from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, and
Hello.
Rob from Severna Park, right? Severna
or
Park?
Pasadena.
Or Pasadena. Pasadena sounds so much better.
Yeah, Pasadena
And-
sounds a lot better.
A lot better.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then me. I'm from Annapolis. So I'm David
Yeah.
Mayer, and we have Rob and Joanne and Jim. And we
I like that.
we like to check in with everybody to see exactly how you're doing during this past week. We got the 250 coming up on Saturday. And does anyone have a grit growing event? Could be good, could be bad, could be
Indifferent.
Yes. Anyone this week?
Well, I can
Joanne.
start with my play. My play was last weekend.
Yeah.
We had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was 5, and it was very tiring, but very nice.
Wow, that's
And
great.
so now I'm still trying to get over the time. I'm trying to rest. I'm still tired from all of it.
Yeah.
But it was
I'm
a great,
sure you
great
are.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was that grit growing?
It was me going out on a limb, I guess.
Yeah.
To even have gotten in there and then to actually follow through with it, I guess you'd say.
Right.
It was a step for me.
Cool. So
It
seen
was like
through.
the old days.
Yes.
Mhm.
It is scary when you jump back into something you haven't done for a long
while,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It's been a long time.
Well, I'm glad you jumped in and you did it, and then you had good support in your corner, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you had all your ducks that were available supporting you.
All my
Yes.
ducks in a row.
Your
Yeah.
ducks in a row, yes. And then, of course,
Okay.
Jim. Of
Yes.
course, Jim. That was good. That's
Yeah.
good. What about you,
That-
Dave?
That was Jim who, after he saw it, went, "Oh, that was much better than I thought it was going to be."
Jim, really?
True-
Really?
True
Jim?
story. True story.
Yes.
True story.
Well,
Well, you hear about all the stuff going on behind the scenes during rehearsals, and you go, "Oh boy," But they pull it together beautifully.
It is amazing. So did you have anything that was eventful this week, Jim?
Just still hanging in here, keeping my head down, recovering from a cold, I guess you'd say.
Ah,
That's all.
okay.
That's all. Just keeping my head down.
Okay. And Mr. Rob, you were on a trip, weren't you?
Yes. For me, I would say that. There we go.
No.
Oh, nope.
No.
We'll still do that.
Maybe we don't.
That's good. Ding.
Yes, sir.
So for me, it was probably my sailing trip with my wife, my 4 days of sailing. First time we went sailing to 4 different ports. Mostly we do day sailing, so there was a lot of challenges there and frustrations. The wind just doesn't work the way you want it to when you want it to,
Yes.
and so you have to
Yeah.
you have to make the appropriate adjustments to get to where you want to go. And then when you have appointments, most of these marinas, they would like you to be in by 6:00. And
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yes.
well, it's good you have a motor. That's all I can say about that.
Ha ha.
Right? Not that I like that. I prefer to sail, but my wife, She didn't like sailing as much as I do. So, but we did have a great time. So it was just a learning thing for me. It was some frustration, discouragement, because my expectations versus reality. But in the end, it was a really good experience. I love to do it again.
And which ports did you see?
We went to Bay Bridge Marina, sailed there from the Patapsco River. And then we went from Bay Bridge Marina to Harrington Harbor south, because there's two of those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was a really great sailing day. Had some good winds, 2 to 3 foot waves. So we were crashing. We were
Yeah,
riding.
baby.
Allison, it was like riding a bucking bronco. I said,
Yeah,
"Yes."
there you go.
I said, this is sailing.
Yeah.
Didn't start out that way. It started out pretty mild. And then when we started getting close to the tankers parked in the Chesapeake Bay, south of the Bay Bridge,
Okay.
we had to do some dodging of massive ships, which was fun.
Woo!
Yeah, that's fun.
Wow.
Yeah, all of them are.
That's grit growing.
Yes,
I would
yes,
say.
yes, that was challenging.
Yeah.
And then when you're in the wind shadow of those ships too, the winds, they're
Are
not
different,
Yes,
yes.
so you get jacked. We got pretty close to one.
Well, it's like going by
Ooh.
a high-rise apartment building that's laying on its side, So
Yeah, exactly, because it is. They are high rises.
Yeah.
Good description, but it was a great trip.
Yeah.
So harrowing at moments.
Yes.
So, anyway,
But you rose to the occasion, and you are back with us,
yes, we made it.
and we're glad.
Yeah, me too.
And you got to port in time to go to the bathroom. That's great.
Well, yes, mainly it was to get to the restaurants that Allison had reservations.
Reservations.
She had reservations.
Oh, guess who I found?
Oh.
Oh,
who'd you find?
good.
Who did you
Good. I found Jessica. Can you hear us,
Hey,
Jessica?
Jessica, can you hear?
Yep,
Which-
I can hear you. Oh, there,
All right,
Good.
yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So which
Gordon,
which is
okay.
she on?
there.
Right,
I
right
see
here.
you.
Just right here.
Oh, just
Jess.
right here. Okay.
Yep,
Gordon's-
she's in there.
Yeah.
And Gordon. Yes, I see Gordon too.
Hey, Mr. G.
Let's see. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get this guy.
Yeah.
Get rid of that guy.
And so while you're hearing Rob talk to himself, it's because we are without our production team, and they are sorely missed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorely.
There they are, right
There he
there.
is.
Yay! They arrived, and I finally, temporarily stumbled
Jess and
upon the
Gordon.
right answer.
Yes, very good, very good. So we were doing grit growing events. So Jess and Gordon, do you have any? Okay, well, maybe not. That's fine.
It's okay.
It's
David
okay.
might
You
have
don't-
one.
You don't have them all the
David?
time. Well, I did have sort of a really weird one.
Okay.
I get to the office on Monday morning, and they tell me that the tender operator for the Stony Creek Bridge,
Oh, mine. What day was
Yes.
this?
Monday,
Monday morning.
he wasn't at the tender house, and the tender doors were unlocked.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Woo.
that means I could have manned it for you.
No, you couldn't,
Oh.
because you don't know what all those little knobs and buttons mean.
Is there an instruction manual?
Nope.
Oh.
No, sir. You need training.
Give me 5 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go.
Well, that's what they give them.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, so DNR gets called, and they send a landman over to the bridge to find out what's going on, and he reports in. The lights are on, but nobody's home. So, of course, that I had to get into it and figure out, do we have someone to open the bridge? Because that's starting to become a very busy bridge now that the
Summer's
weather is
here.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, summer's here. And
Yep.
like this week, people are taking off a lot so they can do some water sports and water activities.
Yes.
So anyway, but we got everything back online, and the contractor was like, oopsie. But oopsie doesn't work.
So what happened with the guy?
I prefer not to discuss
Okay.
it
Yes, we
because
won't go
it
into
is one of
it's,
these.
It's an ongoing.
It's
an ongoing situation.
Yes, it would be called a personnel matter if
Yes,
that
it's a
person
personnel
is
thing.
still a person. I mean, yes, I
Oh, it
think they
is.
would be. So
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
yes.
it's just the overall atmosphere in that particular tender house would not be conducive for anyone in the public to just walk in.
Yes.
So we're going to leave it at that.
Yes, I
Good.
got it. I got
Okay.
it. Anyway, so
Good.
very great growing there.
Yes, very good growing.
Brit.
Dealing with other people and stuff and how you relate to
Stuff,
them
yeah.
and how to navigate the deep end of the pool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think what we're going to do is, if I can stop what all this is going on here. Good.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
Robert.
There, that's what I want. Cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into our topic, and our topic is going to be emotionally trapped. I know you guys jumped into that last week. It's kind of flown out of our death spiral we've been in.
Yes.
Not necessarily physical death, but
Correct.
how words can harm people and
Emotionally.
emotionally. And last week was a great episode. I wasn't here, but enjoyed watching that and watching you guys interact and discuss the matter. And I felt like maybe we could go a little further on that and get to we'll talk about the harm aspect, but also get to how do we engage when we are trapped emotionally. How do we deal with that?
Right.
Right? Because we can stay trapped.
If we choose.
Yeah. We can stay trapped.
But a lot of people don't see it as a choice.
No.
They just know they're trapped
Yes.
and they have no idea how to get out.
How to get out. Or they've tried different things and it just hasn't seemed to work.
And some of the things may have been self-destructive in their attempts.
Sure.
I've done that
And-
quite well.
Yes.
That's right. There you go. Destructive to themselves and other people.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If you don't know better.
No.
No.
And then if you don't have people around you can go to, or you just like staying trapped because that's a nice tool that you can, you've learned to leverage in life somehow.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Well,
Yeah,
there. Go ahead, Jess.
I can definitely talk on that one because, like, growing up, I was kind of trapped emotionally because I didn't have anyone to really talk to about my emotions. And, my one sister, Tammy, she was always, everything I said or did, nothing was good for her.
Yeah. So one of the things I was
So-
alluding to, Jess, is how when we are emotionally trapped, we can leverage that because
Yes.
that's
I
how we
was getting there.
dysfunction.
Stop.
Oh, okay.
I had to catch my breath for a minute.
Okay.
And
Sorry. I
so,
didn't want you to breathe. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
And-
right. Thanks, Rob. I'll tell you, this love and joy that we share is
And
amazing.
I spent the summer before my last semester of college, I spent with my aunt.
Okay.
And she taught me that I didn't have to stay trapped. That I could go through the garbage and find the treasures that were hidden in the garbage.
Mm,
And
delicious. Like the
basically,
T-bone steak, the
pretty much.
shrimp.
And
Robert.
her and her husband, they encouraged me to grow in my relationship with Christ. They encouraged me to grow as a person, and they challenged. They got me into reading more, and they had got me to read some of the Christian classics that they owned. And they gave me a couple of responsibilities around the house.
Yeah.
And they showed me a different way that I didn't have to stay stuck and miserable and trapped with all that baggage
That's great.
on me.
Yep.
And
So
I'm not
basically what
saying
you're
it
saying,
didn't go away right away, because
Yeah.
it took years. But
I understand, but what you had, what actually came to you is you got help from somebody who loved you enough and cared about you enough to walk beside you and show you a different way of being,
yeah, because she
which
made
is
that choice
what
herself.
Christ did for the disciples as he walked with them, because they were bickering and moaning and groaning and
Yeah.
doing all those kind of things about who's the best, who's going to sit next to you, who's going to feed all these people.
Boy. Yeah.
And then you got the one guy, I'll do it.
Yeah, you do have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, they do say that life is like a bag of garbage.
Oh.
Expound, my friend. Expound.
Well, yeah, I mean, life is like a bag of garbage, right? But it's what you gotta do with it, right? You gotta,
We need
you
to
gotta
turn
take that
him up.
garbage and let it smell and stink and whatever, or you're gonna try to do something with it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Okay, good.
Amen.
So do
Good
something
one.
with your garbage. Take it out. Take it out.
Take it out, that's another thing you can do too. Take out the garbage.
I don't know. One
Yes.
man's garbage is another person's treasure.
That's right.
We'll go with that.
Watching Alice and Victoria on Windy City Rehab, and they literally went searching the alleys
Yeah.
for pieces to use.
Mhm.
Wow.
Excellent. So now that we're talking about garbage and being emotionally trapped,
You don't have to look at me that way, Robert.
I know. I know it's even looks can drip
Yes.
with death. Can I?
Yes,
Can they not?
Yeah, you can get a lot more out of looks than you can out of the verbiage sometimes.
Yeah. Like one of the things I think, Jim, you sent all of us a little, you like sending us notes, pictures of your notes and stuff that you take. I guess
Yeah.
that's your brain mapping you're doing. And you had your real harm to me. What does this mean?
It means change the picture, bub.
Okay, there you go. That's okay.
this
I
the-
want Jess on
Is this
there,
the
man.
questionnaire?
Yeah, it was the questionnaire that had the Likert scale at the bottom of it, I think.
Yeah, and the Likert scale at the very end is for how you feel right there about yourself and everybody else. And
Right.
I think a lot of times people don't score too high on that.
On that, yeah. I agree. So would you like to walk us through from top to bottom? Well, actually, let's see. Yeah, top to bottom on that. We can
Well, I'll
talk
be
about
glad
some.
to
Go
if
ahead.
you'll read it to me. You read it to me as
Okay.
we go.
Yeah. How about before we go to that, because I like that, but as we go to that, how about we hit here? I'm trying to switch at the same time. How about we? So just thoughts towards. I know there's different ways that we can deal with being emotionally trapped, right? There's being stuck and staying stuck. Another model that is often used is a step model. And I think Jim and Joanne, you're involved in something right now called Regen, right?
Right.
Regeneration.
And what about that?
What about that?
What about Regen? How is that something that helps people deal with, confront, or extricate themselves from being emotionally trapped?
Well, they have a daily journal. It's all biblically based. And then we have a weekly big group and small groups.
Right.
And in all those different ways of looking at things, it kind of, and you know that someone is supporting you. Like you were saying, somebody's walking with you. And so you get you have to do some of it on your own in the journaling. And then you have support from others too.
So there's a couple tools there. There's a community.
Absolutely. Yes. They follow 12 steps loosely, but we go through it rigorously every time. And really it's about, finding yourself in all this mess that you're in and what you're trying to accomplish, what you believe and what you hope for.
Yeah.
And I think we dive into our misery so thoroughly sometimes we can't
There
see
you
our
go.
way out of it.
Yes.
And going through those questions, I think, can help people look at the hurt they've experienced. And then we go from there to what do we do about it?
Right. Because it's really critical to get to that part, right? Because you can get analysis paralysis.
Well, yes. And unfortunately, even with this program, sometimes you skip over very, very pertinent things. And we don't want people to skip over those. We want them to show us where it hurts.
Yeah. It's a hard place to be in a group. And is that one of the reasons you have like breakout sessions where there's smaller group of people?
Yeah, the bigger group is we do some worship music, some a video or some kind of testimony, and then when we break up, it's women and men in our
Yeah.
small groups, and that's where people usually spend time talking about what has happened in that week and what they learned from their journal and everything like that.
Yeah. So it's
I can't speak for the women, but I can tell you the guys are rocking.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think, and it's nice to know when you're in those meetings, it's nice to hear other people that are in the battle or in the struggle, if you will.
Yes.
And so you
Exactly.
know you're not alone. You're not by yourself.
Right.
This isn't something that, you're not an oddball or anything. Other people are going through hard stuff too and struggling with dealing with life.
Absolutely. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, when you see a pastor go through the confessional part of this, it really astounds everybody because they go, wow, if he can do that, so can I. You know?
Yeah. The invitation by example, if you will, right?
Exactly.
That's
Well,
great.
but they're also finding out he really is just a human being.
Precisely. Yeah. There you go.
Exactly.
Really? Pastors are
Yeah, I'm
human
really
beings?
sorry to
Wow.
break it to you, buddy.
I thought they were robots. Okay.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things.
There are exceptions.
Yes, yes. There are robots, no doubt. There are AI robots now. Cool. And
But
one
they
of
don't
Yep.
have a heart.
yes,
I'm telling you, they don't have a brain.
I'm
Hard.
telling
Well,
you.
maybe they do have a brain.
They're like the Tin Man.
Yes, there we go.
And another way I think people engage their being emotionally trapped, right? You guys, Jim and Joanne, the counseling angle, right? You guys both have served as counselors for your entire lives, pretty much. So that's another means people can seek out for somebody to walk with them.
Absolutely. And now that I've given up my professional license, I can actually be honest, which is really
Amen,
nice.
man. Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
nice. And pray with people,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
huge. And they're starved for that. They say it means so much.
That's great. So and I think bringing in the spiritual component is a really critical aspect because there's a supernatural power that's beyond us that desires to walk with us, God. And he has that power to change us and transform us, change our thinking, change our feelings, ultimately change our lives, right? The outcome.
And
Yeah.
we see it, Rob. We see it. I swear
Yeah.
to you, we see it.
Amen. So the
Yeah,
other,
The regen group
Yes.
is biblically based. right?
yes, absolutely.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Jesus
So,
is your higher power,
yeah.
not this Atlantic Ocean or your dog.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I have a friend that likes to say the doorknob.
Ah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh. I don't want to know what he does with that doorknob.
Well, you.
All right. Well,
Okay, let's
what
leave
ducky
that
goes
there.
with that one? What ducky goes with that
Let's
one?
go
Just-
on
Yeah.
from there.
Somebody
Yeah, I
choked on that.
yes, yes.
Okay, I can.
You're joking,
I've never
Priscilla.
done the really. I've never been a counselor, but I've received counseling for years and still get counseling. And my therapist is really good. She's really helped me grow a lot and challenged me. She will call me out on my bullshit.
Good.
Ooh.
She's
True.
not afraid to, and and my favorite part about her is she's a Christian, and so I can talk to her about
That may
Christian
get
things.
flagged on YouTube, but anyway, keep going.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Because you said the
I can
word.
talk to her
Uh-huh.
about Christian things, and I can talk to her about spiritual stuff because she understands that stuff and
Right.
she's dealt with that stuff, and so it's always been, one of her secretaries was actually gifted in discernment as well, so it was kind of fun, interesting talking to. It'd be like I'd walk into the when they had the physical office when I would go, and I'd be like, okay, there's something off. And I could tell her, and she's like, "Yeah, you're right. There is."
Right.
And so it was always, it's always, and I still like, being able to talk to her is still helpful, and helping process my emotions and
Yep,
Yeah.
that's good.
what I'm struggling
This is-
with.
Yep.
because,
And one of the
emotions
other
can be a
parts,
hard thing.
oops.
Go.
One of the other parts of regen is that each person has what we don't call them sponsors, we call them mentors. And it's
Yeah.
somebody who has been a Christian and knows the Christian walk, and that's what they guide you in.
Yeah.
It's not about your actual addiction, it's about how Jesus can take away your addiction or help you with it.
And when your mentor tells you the truth about you, how you look with your back turned or whatever you're up to, that is
Yeah.
invaluable.
Yeah.
Invaluable.
No, that's good. That's good. And I think again, it speaks to the importance and the value of bringing other people that are willing and able to walk with you through it and understand it. They understand one, they can't fix you. But
Yep.
they want to walk with you. Like I like to stay, they want to step down into the dirt that you're stuck in, and they want to help
Yes.
you. They want to help you through.
Yes.
And really that's what we see in a biblical model. Like just we see all these aspects that everybody's actually been talking about.
Yeah.
That disciple in church circles they call that discipleship, which is essentially the students following the lead of the teacher, not only in what the teacher, not just listening to what the teacher says. It's not an academic pursuit. It's how the teacher does life, because
Yes,
what they're
yes.
teaching
Modeling.
comes. They believe, and it comes out in their life, right? It isn't some academic standing up in front of a group pontificating about something.
Socialism might be a good.
Sure. I know when I was in
We have data.
grad school, different courses, there was a lot of times professors that were teaching that were just strictly academics, particularly my policing courses. And so none of them had been a police, none of them had been on the street,
Right.
but and so sometimes I had some conflicts with them. I really appreciated the professors that had actual life experience.
Yeah.
And I learned so much more from them because they were real,
Yeah.
if you will, and they knew how hard it was. And life is hard. So walking with somebody else who has been trapped emotionally,
Right.
and is battling, maybe, perhaps. I think we all can probably say we are trapped in different places with emotions, maybe in different family relationships or work relationships,
Yeah.
relationships at church, if you will, and you feel trapped. And so it is freeing to know that there's somebody willing to walk with you, and brings hope.
Yes, but
Yes,
to
yes.
just push that button a little bit further.
Push it.
Push it. Okay. Well, I'm also thinking about loneliness. And
Ah, good.
you lose a spouse, or you lose
Yeah.
a friend, and you don't feel inside that you can walk another step,
Right.
without them.
Yeah.
I'm helping a friend of mine whose wife passed away kind of unexpectedly, and at 83 years old, he's lost. He is literally lost.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to him, talks about how he misses his wife, and he does,
Yeah.
but he also isn't expanding his circle to let other people in to help him. And I'm really trying to gain enough of his confidence to let me,
Let
walk
you in
beside him a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah. And that's hard.
It is.
When you've done life a certain way, and then that person that was your person,
Yeah.
that helped you
Your whole life.
in,
Yeah.
through your emotional traps, isn't there anymore like they were.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's
Devastating.
Yeah, it is. And so, I mean, in a regen group, that requires that you're already willing to reach out.
Yeah, in
Yes,
order for you to go,
absolutely.
right? Yeah, to make
And
that
so when you're not willing to reach out, how do people help?
right.
That's really hard.
I think Jim and I have talked about that a lot. And we've talked about the need for people to be there and be present and be observant. And anything to say on that, Jim? Sometimes, being willing to step across the boundary because you're observing or seeing or hearing.
And unfortunately, being in this profession as I was for all these years, and Joanne as well, you can be in public and cite these things all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be in a setup situation. It's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And you'd like to step in, but you can't. You can't encroach on people's privacy.
Right.
But what people tell me all the time is they can't get appointments with professionals.
Yeah.
And
that is a big
when
problem.
when they finally do, they may or may not hit the mark.
Right.
As often as not, they don't, and that's very
Hit the
hard.
mark. Tell me about the mark.
Being able to relate to the client.
to relate. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't relate. They come with a preconceived notion about how to do everything.
Right.
And
I can understand that one. I've had some psychiatrists I just did not like going to. I had one when I first started after we got married. After when I started going back, I just did not feel like he listened to me at all. Like every week it was the same thing. He asked me the exact same questions. Are you hearing voices? Are you seeing things that other people can't see? Are you suicidal? And it's like he didn't listen to anything I said.
Yeah.
there you
It got
go,
to the
Jess.
point where I'd walk in and be like, okay, Here's answers to your questions. Here's how I'm feeling. What do you want?
Yep.
What else do you
Just
want?
checking boxes.
And
Yeah.
very, very few clinics will have a counselor or a psychologist there to pick up.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Very few.
Yeah. Gordon,
Look at that.
what do you think
Yeah.
about that that walking with people thing?
Well, it's a very difficult thing to do, right? But you got to meet. I think you got to meet people where they're at. Um, Easy to say, hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've seen you do it, Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Thank you.
No, I do. I notice that you try to reach out and touch the ones that nobody's willing to touch,
Yeah.
and
It's important.
And so I marvel at that.
Well, I have to say that you and Rob have helped me with that for sure, and Jim
Yeah.
and Joanne
And you've reached out to me, Gordon, on more than one occasion, and how impressed and grateful
And
I
Jeff.
am.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
it's all it's all a thing where it's kind of I think kind of cool how we've been able to we've done life together, all of us here in this room, right?
Mhm.
This
That's
virtual room, and it's we've learned so much from each other, and been ruined in some ways, but
In a good
ruined
way.
in a good way. In a good way, exactly.
I have to add the good way.
you do.
I was out in it.
I know, man. I know. I'm quick on the trigger, buddy. I'm
Yeah,
quick on the
he
trigger.
is. He is. Mainly because he kept telling me in the beginning, builds character, builds character.
Yes,
builds
Bill's character.
And I'm like, for goodness sakes, could we do something other than build character here?
Yes, put Dave in uniform. Let's get him out there.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
And I
Civil War
remember-
uniform.
Almost
should
bought a
look
Civil War
crazy.
sword.
There
today.
you go.
Oh.
See that? See that? See
He's
that?
on his way.
No, I was going to give it to Rob.
Nice.
Skewer, skewer.
No, not for that
okay.
purpose. I was because I know you're into that, and I
Yes.
just thought
Yeah.
that it would be a gift that you could absolutely
To keep
enjoy.
on skewering with. Amen.
Okay,
Hallelujah.
yes.
All right. No. So that was good discussions. And I kind of wanted to use that to lead into the questions, the survey that you put together. And Jim, so the first one was recall and study the pain.
Yes.
And some
and-
of the sub points you had there were reactions or justifiable habits that I guess were a result of your pain.
Right. And,
Well, you
and
got
I
to
think
explain that a little bit better, Jim, because when I read that on your list, I was like, why do I want to revisit pain? I don't want to do that. I just want to run away from it.
Well, sorry, that inventory was made for our people at the place they are in Regen. It's about looking at things that have hurt you over time,
Yeah.
um,
So what
especially
you're
the ones that stick with you, Dave. Like even the most current ones you're suffering, and what that means. We want to shuffle it, we want to put it someplace safe, but we carry it. And what have we developed as a result of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has it served us, or how has it harmed us and other people?
Been
Right.
been detrimental.
Yeah.
Right,
Correct.
because some of the coping mechanisms, for instance, if I've been hurt by people, I know from moving around as a kid, because my dad was in the military, I always built friendships and I lost them 2 to 3 years
Years
later.
later. Yeah.
And so as I got older, I stopped kind of making attachments with people,
Right.
to quote unquote protect my heart.
Yes.
But of course, later on,
Yeah. It damaged your heart.
well, yes, it was a huge obstacle.
Right.
To building relationship, knowing how to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, but then
being
you found us damaged souls, and we really pulled it off.
Then I said, "Man, look, there's a group of people that are jacked up as me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump in there."
Right.
And we got our hooks in them and brought them along.
There you go.
we go.
There you go.
We got you now, brother.
Yeah, you can't get out of it.
That's it. So, but that's real, right? So,
I would
so
say-
this is kind of a way to step through your trap, essentially. Walk through your trap so you can be set free.
Identify it. You've got to know what the shadows are, where they are, and what's coming at you.
Good.
I would say another big reaction is numbing. is numbness.
Oh,
numbing
yes.
yourself out.
Yeah.
Like I struggled with that for a long time, especially when in the beginning it was when I first got diagnosed with depression. I probably should have gotten diagnosed as a kid, but I was in college and it wasn't like I was trying to numb myself. Like my brain just kind of did it. But then as the years went on, I would purposely, like when I would get hurt or when I would think something coming that was gonna hurt me, I would purposely numb myself out.
Yeah.
So that I
And
wouldn't
a lot
feel
of
what
people
was
do
going
that
on.
today with alcohol or drugs.
That's
And
right.
they just
Yeah.
numb themselves right on out until their life
Yep.
is totally falling apart. And
I didn't use alcohol or drugs. I did
no,
it.
I
my brain
wasn't.
just-
I wasn't
Yeah, I know,
suggesting
I know.
you. What I was suggesting is there are a lot of different ways of numbing out.
Yes, there are.
And
Self-medication.
Indifference. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Just not caring.
And
And-
all it does is hurt you more than it helps.
Absolutely, Jess. Absolutely. Good. Thank you for sharing that personal
Yeah.
sentiment
that's
there.
good.
Next one there, Jim. You ready?
Sure.
Good. Let me see if I can get you over there. Good. You're there with a whole bunch of other people. Well, that's all right. So next one's
They're
going to
not
be
people, Rob.
resultant feelings of powerlessness. Resultant feelings of powerlessness.
Right. You know, if the hurt's been made and we can't get rid of the hurt and our coping mechanisms haven't worked over time,
Yeah.
helping people realize the powerlessness can be key to breaking that open and healing it. Because we mostly will not admit powerlessness. We're going to go to rage. We're going to go to spite. We're going to go to, whatever else it is. And we're not going to admit that we're powerless over what we have experienced.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that, in your 12 step or your regeneration, that powerlessness is one of the first things we have to recognize.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, so you recognize it, and
Yep.
then what do you do with it?
That's a great step right there. You recognize you're powerless, and then we turn it over to Christ, recognizing
Very
that
good.
we can trust Him to pull us through.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
go ahead.
Step one is I can't. Step two is God can.
Yes.
Right.
And step 3 is trust.
Yeah.
And step 4 is inventory. Oh my goodness.
That's where
That,
it all comes
man-
out. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's kind of like what we're talking about tonight. We're taking an inventory of what's hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
We're,
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they get to that inventory, they're just stapling pages onto it. They're going to extensions and,
Yeah.
it's all over the place. And they said, I haven't experienced this before.
Right. But isn't that a beautiful thing when people are able to, when they get into it like that, where they're stapling pages onto stuff, they're starting
Yeah.
to see things, they're starting to understand. God is help bringing understanding into that darkness, showing some light in it.
Right. And they
Yeah.
can see where emotional incarceration resulted.
Yeah. We're going to have to
And a lot of
continue-
us live
Yeah,
with
sorry.
emotional incarceration. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, you're right. We do. And that's why we're going to have to hit this one back because we're only at the beginning of this little inventory that you wrote, Jim. And I want to talk
it's
about
so
this.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
we need
this-
to go through this because what we want to do is be helpful. What
Right.
we want to do
Yes.
is see people delivered from the jails or the prisons or the traps that they're stuck in. And all
Yes.
of us have been stuck. Some we're still stuck in different places and with different things in traps. But we can all go through. There is hope. And so, this podcast is about that reality.
yeah.
Amen.
And it's also about the reality that you need to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you are going to get hurt.
Yes.
But if you're putting yourself out there hoping to get something back, the motivation is not the best. Because in love, Corinthians is pretty clear about what love is. It's not prideful or boastful or
Self-serving.
self-serving. Yes, there we go. And when you're looking to get love back from somebody or a reaction back or a gift or some other thing, you're not being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
And we are hoping that during the course of your interactions with us here, you'll be able to see that when you are living with your hands open, you will enjoy life a lot more than living with your fists closed.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Yeah.
Way to
So-
go, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap up this evening with a reading, and it's a hard reading from Psalm 102. And one of the things I love about the Psalms is it's the poetry or songs of people that feel and are able to express themselves
Through song.
through song and through poetry. And so you get real in the scripture. And that's what I also love about the scripture. But this is one that I can really identify with. And it really talks about somebody that's stuck and is being tormented essentially emotionally. The prayer is, again, notice praying to God because you need somebody outside of yourself, like Joanne was mentioning, that can step in and walk with you through. And right here, the psalmist says this. He says, Lord, hear my prayer. And that's a plea. Listen to my plea. Don't turn away from me in my time of distress. Bend down your ear and answer me quickly when I call to you. For my days disappear like smoke, and my bones burn like red-hot coals. My heart is sick, withered like grass, and I have lost my appetite. Because of my groaning, I am reduced to skin and bones. I am like an owl in the desert, like a lonely owl in a far-off wilderness. I lie awake, lonely as a solitary bird on a roof. My enemies taunt me day after day. They mock and curse me. I eat ashes instead of my food. My tears run down into my drink because of your anger and wrath. For you have picked me up and thrown me out. My life passes as swiftly as the evening shadows. I am withering grass.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty. But I love the. I mean, I
But
can
it's a
feel the
lament,
emotion.
you know,
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
somebody who has just been through the ringer and he's got nothing left.
Yes. Yes. And
He's
so
reaching up.
Absolutely. And so we're here to be reaching a hand out to anybody, and we would like you guys to get a hold of us. I think Dave has a spiel on that, right, Dave?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not necessarily a spiel as it is a plea to you that if you have a concern and you have an issue that you need to talk to somebody about, send us an email. Hopefully, we're scrolling on the bottom of the screen.
Why don't you look over here? Watch.
Oh.
I'm going to hit it.
Hey,
When you look. Watch.
You know what?
There.
That is really
There it is.
good. That, amazing. And that's what happens when you don't have your production team here with you, is you feel like you're sort of out there in the middle of nowhere. And, oh, my goodness, is it all going to work? But
Yes.
so what I'm saying is send us an email. Send me an email. It's d.mayer@truecharactermatters.org.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you. And if it's something that we can share, if you feel like we can share it on the air, we'll do that. And, we have nowhere else to go but to help you. And so you've got to reach out because it's time. So we thank everybody for joining us tonight. We will look forward to seeing you next Thursday with Grit Grown Here, because character matters.
Yes.
Yes. And we have a great team. So good night and good news.
Thanks for watching.
Happy
And-
4th of July.
I will.
Wah, wah.